Okay, so if you will go to code.org, lesson 6, styling text with CSS, we're going to go to number 10. This is going to give us some practice with some of the things that you learned yesterday and the day before. All right, the first one says debug the font size. So let's check that one out. And I think we're going to look at what it's asking, and we'll give you a minute to see if you can figure it out, and then we'll do it together. Make sure I don't have a... Okay, so for this one, it says someone has submitted a bug report on this web page. Can you fix the bug? And so what they expected to happen was they wanted their font, the paragraph font size, to be 24. But what happened instead is the paragraph font is the default size. The default size is 16. So take a minute or two, go through and see if you can figure out why the font size is not 24 or what you need to do to fix it. If you have something from another class, you can get it out. All right, raise your hand if you've already figured it out. All the way yesterday. Okay, I can tell you I would start with the style.css sheet. Is where you're going to find your what you need to fix, because that's what deals with the font sizes. So you know it's going to have to be on that sheet. You'll click here, and then they want the font size to be 24. They've told it to be 24, but why is it not 24? No, but see, font size right here, it says 24. Yes. There's no dash in between font and size. You're exactly right. So if you go through between font and size right here, and you put the dash, it automatically fixes it. HTML and CSS are very particular. So like font dash weight, font dash size. You have to have the dash. So let's click finish on that one, and let's go look at the next one. Debug the missing paragraph style. So for this one, what they expected to happen was for the paragraph color to be gray, but what happened instead is the paragraph is still black. So go look through and see if you can figure out, and give everybody a minute or two to figure it out, and we'll look at why that might be the case.
Wait, does you want the title group or the paragraph?
The paragraph.
I got it.
All right, let's look at that one. All right, so paragraph color is gray. What happened instead? Paragraph color is black. So what is, why is the paragraph
They don't have that dash mark like they do on the other ones. Like one of them.
a dash on what?
Like you see how those two like background and front weight got those little dash things?
These?
Yeah.
Okay, the brackets, yes.
Bracket.
So if we go in front of P and we put the bracket, as soon as we put that first one, it already finishes it. Makes it gray. So you've got to bracket around. Good job. All right, let's click finish. So let's see, debug the missing heading style. All right, so for this one, what they expected to happen was that the heading color would be green. But instead, the heading color is black. What's causing the heading color to be green?
Not to be green or to be black.
It's right here. What they expected was the heading color to be green. What happened instead is it's black. What do you think? Where's the glitch?
On the style dot CSS.
Okay.
Oh.
Mackenzie, what's the glitch on this one?
The little, I don't know what they're called, but it's not the right ones.
Okay. So if you look beside H1, these brackets, we're not using those. We need the other brackets. Yeah, take your mask up. Guys, you gotta have your mask up all the time. Tiana, you gotta have your mask up every day, all the time. All right. So once you change those brackets, the heading goes green. Okay, let's see what we've got next.
Debugging the missing style.
Debugging the missing style. Oops, that's not the right one. All right, so for this one, there's a few things they expected to happen. They expected the heading 1 color is blue, heading 2 color would be green. Hold on. And then the paragraph font would be 12. But instead, the heading 1 color is black, heading 2 color is black, and the paragraph font is the default size of 16. Look and see what they need to do to fix that.
Wait.
right, so what are y'all finding? Why are the heading, why is heading 1, heading 2, and the paragraph font not showing up? Turner?
Well, you have to add that link.
You have to add that link. And the reason you probably can guess that's the issue is you're having issues with 3 different styles. So right now, this HTML document doesn't even know about this. So remember we had to do between here, between these two, we had to do a link, remember? Link equals style sheet. And as soon as you do in that link, this will, your colors go back. And that's the same link y'all did before. All right, if you get finished with that, go ahead and move on to the next one. That's the one we're going to do next. All right, everybody get the link? All right, let's click finish. Let's go see our next bug. Okay, so for this one, it says, here's an opportunity to be creative and customize the heading. Add a rule set for the heading. So if you remember, we talked about how we could add a rule set where whatever we put in that rule set would apply to all the headings in the document. So if we did something to H3, every H3 heading in the document it would affect. So how, think about that for a second, how we would add a rule set. All right, so how do we add a rule set for the heading? We've got a rule set for the body. Anything that falls in the body, meaning the background of the whole document's white. What about the headings? What if we wanted to do something for H1? If we did H1, we could do font. Font weight equals bold.
I think you just have to refresh and save it.
So when you're doing a rule set, and you can do anything in your rule set, I just added 3. So H1 means that's our biggest heading. When you do a rule set, any H1 header in your document, it's going to apply to all H1 headers. So I did font dash weight, so I wanted my font bold. I wanted the color aqua, and my font size to be 45. And you could do anything under that rule set. It's just if I did another, if I went back in the HTML document and I added another H1, it automatically makes it just like that one. Because that's what your style sheet does, is it sets the rule. Any H1 heading becomes that same, the same color. Yes. Can you make more?
No, mine didn't work.
Oh, yours didn't work. Let's see, did you do H1, font dash weight is bold? Click refresh and save. Right here. There you go. All right, so any questions on that one? All right, let's go back. Let's do the next one. All right, this is add a paragraph rule set. It's going to be similar to the heading, but a little different. So here's an opportunity to be creative and customize the paragraph. Add a rule set for the paragraph. So we know to do any kind of rule set, we have to go to our style sheet. And right now, this is all we've got in our style sheet. So how would we begin to make a paragraph rule set or a rule set for the paragraph? So see, this is a rule set for the background for the whole document. So how would we do one for the paragraph? Yes.
You put H1
one. Well, that would be for the header. What do we use? What letter do we use for paragraph?
P.
P. So underneath this, if I do P, I'm going to copy just like that one has it. Maybe underneath in our paragraph, maybe do we want maybe font size to be, I don't know, 20. Oops. $20 px maybe. Remember, px is pixels. So when I change it to 20, my font gets really big over here. These can be changed. For example, if I wanted a blue background right here, all I changed was instead of body background white, I changed it to sky blue. And it makes a blue background for the whole document because it's a rule set. Could change it to red. Any questions on this? No? Okay. Click finish. All right, do we have one more?
Yeah.
All right, add a style sheet. So for this one, here's an opportunity to be creative, practice everything you've learned about style, add a style sheet and rule sets. So first off, we have to add a style sheet because see, we've got our index.html, but there's no style.css, no style sheet. So how do we add that? Add CSS right here. And when you do that, you'll see you get a new -1. And you can always right click and rename this style.css. Because it's going to do new -1, but I right clicked, renamed it style.css because that's what we're used to seeing. So now that we have our style sheet, y'all see it gives you some basic things to begin with. It gives us the body background. What color do you want the background of your document? It does not have to be white. So we could go through and change that to green.
There's another thing you have to add.
What do we have to add?
In the index, you have to add the link.
You have to link it. You're not going to get anything. It's not going to work if you don't link it. So when we go back to index, between where it says head, we're going to have to do a link. So it's link space. First, you've got to have your less than, link space REL equals. You've got style sheet in quotes. Another space, HREF equals, and then I would select where it says style CSS. Just say okay and refresh. So once you do that, you should be able to go back to your style. That one's too blue. So for this one, we have lots of different, like this is an H2, this is an H3, H1. So like I went through and I changed it to green, yellow, and it changed all three of those because that was my rule set. I mean H2. Everybody good there? All right, go ahead and click finish. All right, so if you, I think that's our last one there. All right, go ahead and click finish. All right, so here's an opportunity to be creative and have some fun with styles. It wants you to link the style sheet to the website or the web page. So you'll see right here, there's no link. So we've done that a few times already. So let's link the style sheet. Jacob. All right, so we're going to get that linked. All right, once you get it linked, make the paragraph text a different size, make it a different color, play around with some of the things that you've learned on changing the style of this document. So to do that, now that we've got it linked, let's go to our style. Our style is blank. All right, so what are we going to put on our style? You can put what you would like on there. I will tell you, the other one started with body, background, to get you started. Make that a little bit bigger so you can see it. Remember, that's how it started to get our background color, the body. What background do we want for that? Then think about, do you want something specific for your paragraph? What if you do You do what you want to do. I was just changing mine around. So on this one, if change the background to blue, change the way the words look a little bit. Why is that? Oh, because it's so big. Okay, so what I did was for my paragraph, I wanted my font size 12. So I told it what font size. I chose my color that I only wanted to apply to the paragraph. My font weight was bold. And then my font family was Arial. And you can change that. To other ones as well. You could do something specific that applied just to CSS to the header. All right, so one of the words that we had on our CSS log right here was text decoration. And it said that's the appearance of decorative lines. So on mine, I did text dash decoration and then I did underline. And it underlined that. You can go through and do anything that we've talked about. So play around with that with a little bit. Utilize some of the styles that we've learned today. Make the text a different size. Try to see if you can get it to underline. Do some of these. And then we're going to work on some more practices in just a second. Do you have link rel equal or colon?
The two dots.
Do equals. Oh, 1 second. Equal. Yes. Okay, did you, on your style sheet, did you add the link? H, R, E, F. Every little bit matters. All right, guys, any questions for me on this? If you've got yours changed, go ahead and click finish. These are the last the last activities, challenges and extra code. If you want to start looking at some of these, we will look at them tomorrow.